I took a leap of faith yesterday and signed up for the Teacher of Presence training course that I mentioned yesterday. Perhaps it was the day before. Yeah, I had thought I would, sit with it for a while and, let the idea percolate. But as is generally the way with me, I tend to just jump into things somewhat spontaneously. And so I decided to just sign up and take on the challenge of, sorry, there's quite a bit of background noise here, take on the challenge of earning or manifesting the money that I'm going to need to pay for the next 5 months of installments. And of course, unsurprisingly, that voice in my head had something to say about this spontaneous decision. Once I'd done it, the thoughts came, what are you doing, making such a rash decision? It's expensive, you hardly know what the course is about, blah blah blah. But I didn't give it much airtime, to be honest. I just noticed, the mind reacting, and I just let it go and trusted the intuitive feeling of going forward with this spontaneous decision. And actually at one point yesterday I reflected that the fact that it has been such a kind of spontaneous and irrational decision to do it. I mean, irrational is maybe a little bit far gone, but I could rationalize many reasons not to do it, and the fact that it was somewhat irrational confirms for me that it was an intuitive decision, because often I find those decisions that are led by a deeper instinct of what is right often cannot be justified in the way that one might normally justify rational decisions. And the truth is that many big decisions in my life have come about in this way. There are always a multitude of factors leading up to any event that takes place, but the leap of faith that is required to jump despite the fears or the doubts that might arise has characterized many big decisions in my life, such as the decision to get married when I was just 23, the decision to move our family to Portugal was a very spontaneous one as well. And I feel blessed to say that despite the spontaneity of those decisions, and despite the mind's temptation to doubt and undermine those decisions, they have worked out for me and for us, for my family. I'm still happily married, nearly 20 years later, not quite, got another couple of years to go, and we're still living happily in Portugal 9 years later. So I know for some people decision making is a gradual process that takes a lot of careful consideration of, all the factors. I've generally not been that person. And, my life has been very changeable as a result. But I've almost always felt like the decisions that I've made have been the right ones, even if some of them have resulted in experiences that have been short-lived or have led me on to other things that weren't what I originally planned. And that is the beauty of following life's flow. You never know where it's going to take you. You might think you know. But my philosophy for many years has been just to focus on the next step. And the next step will lead me on to the next one and the next one. So that's my reflection today on taking a leap of faith.